Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Hi guys, we still in chapter 5 hydrocarbon, which is 5.1 alkane, but now we are going to focus on physical properties of alkane and chemical reaction that involve in alkane. So guys, let's start. Okay, now we look at the physical properties of alkane. We have two types of physical properties of alkane. The first one is boiling point. So if boiling point, normally the question will ask you to arrange the compound or the alkene molecule according to increasing boiling point or decreasing boiling point. So depends on the question. But you need to consider a few factors will involve in the compound. Okay, so this is the factor will involve when you need to consider to arrange the compound according to increasing boiling point or decreasing. Okay, the first factor we have effect of molecular weight or molecular mass. Okay, so this effect, contoh kat sini dia kata boiling point increase when number of carbon increase. Bigger molecule, surface area increase, so the strength of van der Waals forces will increase. Nampak tak? So class, in alkene only contain of carbon and hydrogen, right? No OH group. So alkene only can form van der Waals forces between its molecule. Actually, if we want to specific, dia sebenarnya ada London forces. This one will relate with the last semester syllabus chapter 4 intermolecular forces. Okay, here they say that number of carbon increase. For example, if you have ethane 2 carbon and pentane 5 carbon. So which one has greater number of carbon? Of course, pentane. So pentane higher number of carbon than ethane. So pentane dengan ethane, which one is higher boiling point? So pentane will have higher boiling point compared to ethane. Why? Because the number of carbon in pentane increase or greater. So when the number of carbon greater, so the molecule become bigger, so the surface area of pentane will increase. So that's why the strength of van der Waals forces in ethane stronger than in pentane, stronger than ethane. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the point that you can use when you explain about effect of molecular mass. Okay, the second factor is effect of branch. Branch means dia ada cabang. Okay, so boiling point will decrease when the number of branch increase, the surface area decrease, the strength of van der Waals forces decrease. So you need to know that class, lagi banyak cabang, lagi rendah boiling point. For example, I give you example here. Contoh kalau awak ada pentane, saya bagi yang sama juga, pentane. Okay, pentane 5 carbon. I draw in skeletal structure here. Okay, so this is pentane. And then you ada 2,2-dimethyl propane, CH3, 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 CH3. Okay, so if you look at the number of carbon and the number of hydrogen for both compound here are same. Okay, so both compound here consist of 5 carbon and 12 hydrogen. Sama So yang ni sebab tu saya highlight kat sini, dia kata same molecular weight. So if you have same molecular weight but different compound, different structure, so you boleh lihat structure yang pertama ni saya label sebagai A and this one I label with B. So between A and B, which one is higher boiling point? Yes, of course, structure A. Structure A higher boiling point than structure B because structure B consists of more number of branch. So the surface area of structure B will decrease. That's why the strength of van der Waals forces for structure B weaker than structure A. Understand? Okay, the third factor is cyclo. If you have cycloalkane and alkane, cycloalkane has slightly higher boiling point than alkane. For example, if you have compound C here, contoh, saya bagi you all cyclopentane, still 5 carbon. So if you compare between structure A and structure C, okay, we have 5 carbon, same, right? Structure A and structure C, but which one is higher boiling point? So cyclopentane has higher boiling point than pentane. Maksudnya structure C higher boiling point than structure A, because structure C adalah cycloalkane, because the surface area of cycloalkane greater than alkane. Okay, sebab bila cyclo, surface area dia lebih besar. So bila surface area dia lebih besar, strength of van der Waals forces of cycloalkane stronger than alkane. So next, the second physical properties that you need to know is solubility. So as we know guys, alkane consists of carbon and hydrogen. So alkane cannot soluble in water. So as we know that to soluble in water, we need the formation of hydrogen bond. So alkane cannot form hydrogen bond with water. So that's why alkane cannot soluble in water. Umpama minyak awak mix dengan air, dia larut tak antara satu sama lain? Tak, kelas. So alkane ni macam oil, minyak. Okay, but alkane can soluble in low polarity of solvent like benzene or CCl4, tetrachloromethane. Dia boleh larut sebab ini adalah sejenis non-polar solvent. So non-polar solvent bermaksud alkane boleh buat van der Waals forces with non-polar solvent. So that's why alkane can soluble in non-polar solvent. Next, we look at the chemical reaction of alkane. So in alkane, we have two chemical reaction, very simple. Okay, the first one is combustion of alkane. So combustion of hydrocarbon will produce carbon dioxide and water. So that is the general knowledge in writing chemical equation. Actually we already apply it in chapter 2. Okay, so ini adalah further lagi lah yang you kena belajar. Okay, combustion of alkane consists of two types. The first one, combustion in excess oxygen, means in complete maksudnya combustion ni adalah complete combustion. So the reactant is alkane and then we have the excess oxygen here. So the product form, look at the product form here. So the product form should be carbon dioxide and H2O. Okay, so this is the basic knowledge that you need to know. But sometimes this combustion also can occur in limited oxygen. So the product form will different, not CO2 and H2O, but so if limited oxygen, so the product form is carbon monoxide with H2O. Okay, so if you're writing the equation for combustion of alkane, you need to balance the equation only for this reaction. The other reaction no need to balance the equation. Only for this reaction, because this reaction mostly relate with the physical chemistry. Okay, but if the oxygen is very limited, very limited, so the product form is carbon only. So it will form more soot. Soot tu apa? Jelaga, kelas. So kalau very limited, it will form carbon and water, not carbon dioxide. Okay, clear? Next, we look at the second reaction of alkane, which is halogenation reaction of alkane. So, bila kita tengok ada halogen, halogen must refer to the group 17, which is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, right? Okay, So the type of reaction we'll involve here is free radical substitution. So we already discussed about free radical substitution in subtopic 4.4. So the reactant will involve in this reaction is alkane and halogen. So the halogen that we use in this reaction is either chlorine or bromine only. Okay, because fluorine is very reactive while iodine is less reactive. So this is the suitable halogen that we can use here. So the product form is the mixture of alkyl halide or haloalkane and hydrogen halide as the side product. Okay, the condition that we need here either light or heat. Normally we write as UV. So here is substitution reaction. Substitution means it will exchange part. Okay. For example, here we have methane, CH4. Methane react with chlorine gas, Cl2. So what happened here? One of the chlorine will substitute in the methane and one of the hydrogen will exchange part with the chlorine become HCl. So kita akan dapat chloromethane. So ini adalah alkyl halide atau haloalkane. Okay, so this is what we call as substitution reaction. Okay guys, you need to remember that halogenation of molten alkane contain more than 2 carbon atoms give mixture of isomeric monochloro or monobromo products like this. For example, if we have 2 methyl propane here react with bromine gas, it will produce 2 product here. Actually we have the side product here, okay, which is the side product should be HBr, macam HCl tadi kan. Okay, we don't need to balance the equation. Okay, look, we have the mixture of alkyl halide here. What is the difference between this structure and this structure? And look, okay, so kalau awak lihat dekat sini, kita ada 1, 2, 3 carbon and 4 lah. Okay, so kalau you masukkan bromine dekat carbon 2, you akan dapat this structure. While kalau you masukkan bromine dekat carbon 1, carbon 3, carbon 4, you akan dapat the second structure. So that's why the possible product will form is only 2 product. HBr will be your side product. Itu kena tulis jika you nak buat equation. Okay. So in this product class, dia ada major product, dia akan ada minor product. Like this class. So the first product will be our major product, while the second one will be our minor product. Why? Kenapa major? Major tu maksudnya dia lebih banyak terbentuk daripada yang minor. Because okay, why we call the first product is major? Because this bromine atom, okay, this bromine atom bond with tertiary carbon, while this bromine atom bond with primary carbon. So as we know that tertiary carbon is the most stable carbon compared to primary carbon. Actually quaternary carbon lah is the most stable, but here tertiary is more stable than primary. So that's why bromine that bond with tertiary carbon will be the major product, while bromine attached to the primary carbon will be the minor product. Okay, so this is the reason why the bromine attached to the tertiary carbon is the major product and why the bromine attached to the primary carbon is the minor product. So this is the reason, guys. So look, okay, so as we know that, guys, this is primary carbon, okay, because this attached to one alkyl group, and then this is the secondary carbon because this carbon attached to 2 alkyl group, and then this is tertiary carbon because this carbon bonded with 3 alkyl group. So as we know that makin ke kiri, the strength of CH bond increase. Strength of CH bond here. So maksudnya sebab dekat sini kawan-kawan H dia lebih banyak kelas, so kekuatan karbon kat sini lebih kuat untuk pegang hidrogen compared to yang tertiary. Sebab tertiary ni karbon dia yang stable. So dekat sini primary carbon ni dia yang stable. Okay, primary tu yang stable, so dia agak susah nak lepaskan hidrogen yang ada pada dia. Tetapi dekat sini tertiary dia agak mudah untuk lepaskan hidrogen pada dia sebab dia dikelilingi oleh kawan-kawan yang lebih stabil. So sebab tu lebih more tertiary carbon, so dia lagi senang untuk remove hidrogen. Sebab dia tak perlukan hidrogen sebab dia dikelilingi oleh kawan-kawan yang lebih kaya. Kan? Okay. So the weaker CH bond, the more readily the hydrogen remove. So untuk tertiary carbon kat sini, dia punya hydrogen between carbon and hydrogen here is the weakest CH bond. So that's why this hydrogen is easily to remove compared to the primary carbon. Okay, so more stable radical form lead to the formation of major product. So dekat sini kalau dibuang hydrogen ni, dia akan form tertiary radical carbon. So tertiary radical carbon is the most stable compared to secondary and primary. So that's why bromine yang bond with tertiary carbon should be our major product. Okay, now I will show you the mechanism of halogenation. So this is the only mechanism that you need to know in chapter or subtopic 5.1. So this mechanism consists of 3 steps. Okay, so the first step involved is initiation step. In initiation step, light or heat provide the energy needed for homolytic bond cleavage. That is one I already explained in chapter 4.4. High reactive radicals are created. So if you look here, X here refer to the halogen, either chlorine or bromine. So this bond will break symmetrically. Okay, so dia akan, look at the arrow that we use here. We use half-headed arrow because movement of one electron. So one electron will move to the right side, another one electron will move to the left side. So this UV, the function of UV here to provide energy for homolytic cleavage, and then the product form is radical, free radical, 2 free radical, either radical bromine or radical chlorine. So this is the first step. The second step is propagation step. In propagation step, we will generate the new radical. Okay, just now we already generate the radical either bromine or chlorine, halogen radical. And here, for example, we have methane. If methane react with the radical of bromine or chlorine, so what happened here? The bond between CH3 here dengan hydrogen will break. Sebab kita tahu kita nak gantikan, kita akan buat substitution reaction kat sini. Kita akan replacekan this hydrogen with halogen, kan? Kita nak dapatkan produk. Okay, so the bond here will break. Okay, dia akan break. So we know that one single bond consists of 2 electron. Nampak? So one electron will move to the carbon atom. Another one electron will pair with this electron at halogen. So one electron here combined with one electron from hydrogen, it will form one single bond. So dia akan dapatlah side product ni HBr atau HCl. Leave the radical carbon here, CH3 here. So kita ada bentuk new radical kat sini. So this radical will react with the other halogen gas, either bromine gas Br2 or Cl2. Okay, so we know that this bond will break. Nampak, dia akan break, dan one of the electron will make a bond with this CH3 radical, and one of the electron here break, move to this side, become this radical halogen. So we will get the product here. Okay, And the last step is termination step. Here, two radical will combine, no new radical generate, chain reaction will stop. Okay, so dekat sini senang cerita kelas, kita combine all radical that we have in the reaction. So actually class, from initiation step and propagation step, we have two type of radical. First, we have radical halogen and we have radical alkane. Okay, so kita ada possibility untuk radical bertemu adalah, possibility yang pertama adalah, tengok arrow yang kita gunakan semua half-headed arrow. So possibility yang pertama adalah antara radical halogen bertemu dengan radical halogen. Look at the arrow. Arrow dia bertemu macam tu. So dia akan dapat balik halogen gas. Or boleh juga dia ada two type of version radical, either radical alkane dengan radical halogen bertemu, kahwin kan. So kita dapat CH3X. Okay, ada single bond dekat sini. Okay, or the same radical bertemu between two radical of alkane, CH3 and CH3 become CH3 CH3 will become ethane. So untuk termination ni, dia ada tiga possibility of radical bertemu, either with same radical or different radical. So number 1 and number 3, same radical will combine, while number 2 is different radical will combine. So this is the 3 step of mechanism in halogenation of alkane. Okay, now we look at the example of the question. So this question asks you to outline the mechanism for the formation of major product. Major product only in reaction between an alkane, which is we have 2-methyl propane react with bromine in the presence of sunlight. Okay, we know that the function of sunlight is to provide energy for homolytic cleavage. So guys, before you write the mechanism, what you need to do is you need to write the equation. Okay, the chemical equation between 2-methyl propane and bromine. So this is the equation. Okay, so actually we have the side product here is HBr. Okay, so as we know that the question asks you to outline the mechanism for the major product. So here we have two product. So we need to identify which one is major, which one is minor. So as we know that the major product is this one, because bromine bonded to the tertiary carbon. So kita akan outline mechanism for that product. How? Okay guys, so let's start. So the first step, we need to start with initiation step. At initiation step, homolytic cleavage will occur between bromine atom, bromine molecule kan. So kita buat Br like that. Boleh? Okay, so as we know that kalau kita buat Lewis structure, we need to show all the lone pair, but here no need to show all the lone pair. Okay, you just do like that. Okay, kemudian kita akan buat dia punya arrow. Okay, so dekat sini dia akan berlaku homolytic cleavage. So as we know that one single bond consists of 2 electrons. So one of the electron will move to this side. Look at the arrow that I use, half-headed arrow. And one of the electron will move to this side. So for homolytic cleavage, apa yang berlaku? So we need UV here, okay, to provide energy. So it will form Br dot. Dot refer kepada free radical. So we have another Br dot. So we got 2 Br radical. So this is initiation step. Next, we go to propagation step. So in propagation step, we are going to generate a new radical. So we start with our alkane 2-methyl propane. So in propagation step, we have 2 steps. So ini step pertama dalam propagation, di mana we are going to generate radical alkane, which is the radical of 2-methyl propane. So saya lukis CH3 kat sini. So kita ada CH3 and then CH3. So saya keluarkan the hydrogen. The hydrogen that we need to replace with bromine. Sebab kita nak masukkan bromine dekat situ kan. So kita keluarkan. So what we need to do, it will react with the bromine radical just now that produced from the first step. Okay, so what happened here? So we are going to use 3 arrow. So apa yang berlaku dekat sini? Saya selalu cakap dengan pelajar, dekat sini ada berlaku proses penceraian, akan ada berlaku proses perkahwinan baru. Dia bercerai dengan orang ni, dia kahwin dengan orang ni. Okay, so siapa yang nak bercerai tu? Hidrogen kelas. Okay, hidrogen ni yang akan bercerai nanti. So dia akan bercerai dengan karbon. So one of the electron kat sini akan pergi dekat carbon. Nampak arrow half headed. So one of the electron dekat sini akan kahwin dengan Br. Nampak tak? Okay, dia kahwin dengan Br. So dia akan bentuk bond between hydrogen and Br dekat situ. So the product that we'll get here is, so kita akan dapat CH3. So no more hydrogen here. So apa yang kita akan dapat? Kita akan dapat dot dekat situ plus HBr. Look. So ada proses penceraian dan perkahwinan yang baru. So mesti ada 3 arrow dekat sini. Okay, so ini first step untuk propagation. So second step untuk propagation, so radical alkane yang kita dah generate tadi, takkan dia nak membujang, nak menduda juga kan? Mesti dia nak kahwin baru. So kita salin balik radical yang kita dah hasilkan tadi. CH3 dot. So dia akan react dengan bromine molecule, new bromine molecule. Sebab kita tahu dalam bromine gas bukan hanya ada satu sahaja bromine molecule, akan ada banyak. So dia akan kahwin baru. So oleh kerana bromine ni dia ada pasangan, so dia akan bercerai. Okay, so dia akan bercerai, dia akan kahwin dengan ni. One of the bromine akan kahwin dengan radical alkane. So one of the bromine ni bawa diri dia, bercerai lah. Okay, so look at the arrow that I use. Arrow saya guna adalah 3 half-headed arrow. So we will get the product that we need, which is CH3. So Br akan masuk dekat sini plus Br dot. So dia dah berpisah dengan kawan dia. Okay, so this is the propagation step. We have 2 step for propagation. Okay, next we look at termination step. Termination, madam kata, adalah combination between 2 radical. So far, from initiation step and propagation step, we have 2 type of radical. We have radical bromine and we have radical 2-methyl propane. So possibility nak bergabung tu antara same radical or different radical. So saya buat dulu yang same radical. Yang pertama boleh jadi in between radical bromine and radical bromine. So dia dekat termination ni dia kahwin, dia tak ada bercerai. Tapi kalau dekat initiation dia bercerai. Dekat propagation ada bercerai, ada kahwin. Tapi dekat termination semuanya kahwin. Okay, so kita akan combine these 2 radical. Look at the arrow that I use. I will use the half-headed arrow. So both half-headed arrow bertemu. So dia akan dapat semula Br2 molecule. So this is the first step of termination between same radical. So the other same radical yang boleh jadi adalah between 2-methyl propane radical. So like this. So we have radical 2-methyl propane here dot react with radical 2-methyl propane. Nampak? Okay, dot here. So what happen? So dia akan kahwin juga, guys. So yang ini akan kahwin berdua. Nampak? So dia gabung. Macam mana nak gabung tu? Okay, terpulang creativity masing-masing. Make sure connectivity mesti betul. Yang ni madam pusing, guys. Okay, saya pusing. Macam ni. Okay, saya baringkan dia. So saya dapat like this. Alright. Lagi satu, CH3, CH3. Tu. Yang tengah-tengah tu saya gabungkan dia sebab saya baringkan dia. Boleh? Okay, and the last termination adalah in between different radical. Yang ketiga boleh jadi antara radical 2-methyl propane and bromine radical. So, kita ada radical 2-methyl propane just now. Okay, combine with radical bromine. So, saya buat kat bawah sebab tak muat. Okay, so kat sini dia akan combine. Nampak arrow? Semua arrow bertemu ya, kelas. So, kita akan dapat produk kita tadi, iaitu CH3, CH3 and then CH3Br. So in termination step, remember 2 radical combine become 1 product. So either same radical or different radical. So dia ada 3 possibility in termination, 2 step in propagation and 1 step in initiation. Okay, that's all for subtopic 5.1 alkane. So I will see you in subtopic 5.2 alkene. Bye guys. Thank you.